Hello people, Weapon Tester here. Today we're going to have a look at the Italian late medieval sword from the Medieval Shop. Just a disclaimer to let you know that this sword was sent to me to review, and I am no expert in the use of swords by any means. The sword is based on one that is displayed at the Philadelphia Museum of Art, the Italian sword from 1490 to 1500, so late 15th century. And here it is side by side. The specifications are now listed on the screen. It's quite a hefty sort of a blade, but it has a really good feel in the hand and makes a beautiful sound, as you've already heard, when it actually cuts through a target. I would classify this sword as an arming sword, a one-handed arming sword. It could almost be classified as a cut and thrust sword. It's got a fairly rigid blade, but it also has enough heft to give a pretty good cut as well. Definitely by this time plate armor was a lot more common, and so they needed a sword that was quite versatile, that could cut through a target, but at the same time could exploit any sort of gaps in armor or helmets, and this sword is perfect for that. The melon I'm using to do a little bit of the test cutting is a local melon. It isn't really eaten by any wildlife that I've noticed, unless I've cut them open. The birds like the seeds, but they're a lot harder. It's a lot heavier and harder than a watermelon. It has a similar sort of consistency to a pumpkin, a hard pumpkin. Well, Do I think it's worth it? Definitely, it's a great value sword. It's a beautiful looking sword, and for around about 220 Australian dollars, which is approximately 160 US or 120 pounds or 140 euros, it's actually a really good value sword, and the guys at Medieval Shop will look after you. No practice. Well, if you've hung around this long, I appreciate you watching the video. Please check out the link to have a look at the sword, and I hope to see you again next time on my next video. Bye everyone.